Alright, yes, I will do a hair tutorial, but we're also going to talk about something from the Bible while we do it. Gotta get this mop out. My hair's really knotted right now. Ow. But we're gonna do this. It's also a little oily, so don't come at me in the comments. Okay, so I got my hair brushed out, and today we are gonna be reading in Micah 7, and the main verse that I want to point out is Micah 7:7, and it says, "But as for me, I watch and hope for the Lord. I wait for my God, my Savior. My God will hear me." Okay, so in this time, imagine like the Hunger Games. I just watched the new movie, so that's why that's kind of on my mind right now. But imagine how bad that is of people killing each other. That's literally what Micah is living through. And it talks about, in verse 3, it says, or verse 2, it says, "The faithful have been swept from the land, and not one upright person remains. Everyone lies in wait to shed blood. They hunt each other with nets. Both hands are skilled in doing evil, and rulers demand gifts, and judges accept bribes. The powerful dictate what they desire, and all conspire together." Y'all. So I'm gonna take this little section right here and leave this part out because I like to frame my face, but you can do all of it if that's what you want. I'm also gonna do a Dutch braid because I like them better than French braid. So if you don't know what a Dutch braid is, you're taking it and you're turning it under. So your strands are going under and the middle piece is going over like this. Well, that's not really a good tutorial, but that's kind of, you see what I'm doing? You're going over with the middle piece and under with the side pieces. It's just the reverse of a French braid. I'm only gonna braid it to like right there, and I'm gonna leave all this hair out, and then I'm just gonna braid it straight down. So anyway, Micah was living in this awful time, like we just talked about, yet that's why I think 7 stands out to me really a lot, because he's like, "As for me, I will watch and hope." That has to be hard to have that much hope. And I looked up when he lived, and he lived about 700 BC. So, and then he died about 696 BC. So he never even got to see the Savior come, yet he still had faith through it. And I'm like, hold up, what? I use these hair ties. I got them from Target, and they're thicker than like the ones you get from Dollar Tree. So they're good for my hair. Okay, so now that I've got it tied off, I'm just gonna go through and widen it up. If you don't know, you just do that by like pulling it apart like this. So I'm going to specifically focus on making sure this top part is as wide as I want it, because the bottom part is going to get hidden in the back of my head anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But this part is very important. See? Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I don't know why this side's always harder for me, and this braid never turns out as good. Alright, I just put the hair tie on and I'm going to widen it. And you gotta be careful with these hair ties though, because I had one pop against my lip and my lip literally swelled up like 2 seconds later, and it was huge for the rest of the night. They hurt. Okay, there we go. I just widened that one. And now I'm going to section off all of this part of my hair and pin it up. That sounds confusing, but you'll understand in a second. Okay, so there you go. You can kind of see I pinned that up and left some hair out on the bottom. So now I'm gonna take these two with another hair tie, and I'm gonna put them under it. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm gonna put them under, and then I'm gonna tie them together. Okay, now you can kind of see that side off, so I'm just gonna release the bottom of these braids because I don't want to keep them braided because they'll poke out. I'm just gonna take those out. That really hurt. I tried the whole lemon oil thing, but these hair ties are kind of strong, so it doesn't work as well. There you go. Now it's kind of down. Alright, so I let the rest of my hair down, and then I have this curling iron from Lange. Don't look at how tore up it is because it's got some use. And now I'm going to do some quick like curls to kind of shape it. You can also widen these a little bit more if you want them thicker. Okay, first I apologize for how loud this is, but now we're going to go back to Micah. And I think this was my Bible study this morning, and it just really like called me out because he had faith that God was there for him and heard his prayers in the middle of chaos. Like, and not just mental chaos. Like, you couldn't trust your neighbors. The rest of like 5 through 6 talks about people like couldn't trust their own family. It was so bad, and he still had like faith in God. And I think that's calls me out a lot, because how many times do I feel like God doesn't hear me when I'm going through something hard? Trust me, I'm never going through something like that, but how many times do I lack faith and hope that he hears me? just gonna hit it with some hairspray, and this is the one I have, so. Okay, so I hope this helped, but I also hope it called anybody out who is lacking hope or faith that God hears you. Stand firm. He hears you. Keep praying through your circumstances. I mean, even if you are going through stuff like Micah is, keep praying, hold faith. He hears you, and he's gonna save you. He is right here. Like, just talk to him all the time. So, bye. I love you guys.